Well, hello everybody and welcome back here to Bounce Busters, and we're going to be continuing where we left off last week about talking about getting you started in your bouncy castle hire business and what castles to buy. Now we've already spoke about type sizes and everything like that, but let's continue with that with the sizes on the opposite side of it. Now when you're buying these castles and you are a one-man band show, you got to also think about the weight of these castles too, and how big can you roll up a castle. Now most castles from a 10 foot by 12 foot all the way up to 15 by 15 feet can easily be done by one person. They can be rolled up very small and compact as well. If you're looking at getting something big, just say like a slide for instance, something like that, that's one of our slides. Now when you're starting out and brand new, it may be very attractive offer to get a big slide for events. And yes, events love slides because they do make money. Yeah, you can put them at boot sales and anything like that, and it does get your name out there because you've got something to offer. Now do keep in mind when you're buying these big slides that unlike the small castles that you can roll up yourself, these castles can weigh anything from 100 kilos all the way up to 600, probably even more with the bigger slides. So weight is an issue. So the bigger the castle you get, you will need extra help. Now if you've got family members to help, that's absolutely fine, but if you're a one-man band show without that, you might have to start then hiring staff, which then will cost you money to roll these up, because this one here takes 2 to 3 people to roll up, and that's a 390 kilos giant slide. Now even to move that thing we need 3 people to move it, so we got special trolleys now that we made up for it, so it just rolls on trolleys and stuff. Also too with these slides, you won't be able to get them in your hatchback or your estate because they are massive when they roll up and they take a lot of room. So do keep that in mind when you're buying giant slides and assault courses and stuff like that. That the bigger you get, the heavier they are, and you need some staff members, because otherwise you don't want to be going down the route of messing up your back or anything like that by rolling these up by yourself, because you can do some damage. So it is a very labor intensive type of business when you do this, but if you work it well, it can be a very good thing. Okay, right, so you've chosen your castles. Now you might be wondering about storage. Do I need big storage facilities and vans and everything like that now that you're starting up this business? Now if you're only starting out with the small castles, again the 15 by 11s, 12 by 12s, you do not need any storage at all unless you don't have any in your house, because these castles fold up pretty small and you can put them in your normal garage, your laundry, even your living room, or somewhere space where you can store them. So they're pretty easy to store without any outlay of any storage fees. Of course, as you get bigger, 5, 10, 15, 20 castles, that's when you do need to go into a bigger storage or find that. So yeah, that's a cost-effective thing, so you got to shop around and get the best deal for big storage. So, but when you're starting out, just try and find what you can to store them in, and you could even just store them in the van and just keep them in there if you want to. There's your storage shed. So yeah, so keep the cost down as well with the storage. So they fold up pretty small and nice. Now transport as well, you might be also wondering, do I need to buy vans now and all this type of stuff? Now if you're pretty smart about this, no, you don't need a van. No. I mean, when we started out, we were doing deliveries in a Toyota Yaris. Now we managed to get 3 small castles in a Toyota Yaris to do deliveries, and that was a challenging thing, but it worked. We found a way to do it and we could do it. Other ways you can do it without spending a lot of money is a trailer. Now loads of people use trailers also, and if you get a trailer big enough to put 5 castles in and all your equipment, then that's another cheap option without buying vans, insurance and extra MOTs and all that type of crazy stuff. So you can do this very cheaply if you just know where to look. So they're the best type of transport options out there. But of course if you've got an estate car, a big 4-wheel drive, even that will do. So again, it's all about keeping your costs low, doing it within reason, and making your life a lot easier when doing your transportation of your bouncy castles. Everybody, so now you've picked your castles, you've ordered them, and they're on their way, and they'll be there in a few weeks' time. Now we need to get them out there and start making you some money off those castles. So let's get into the advertising stuff. Now the easiest way to start with this is to get yourself a Facebook page, a Facebook business page to start promoting your business. That is easy, it is cheap as chips, and well, it's free, of course, you know. And get your business out there. So by now you would have picked your name for your business, so you're ready to roll with that. So start making up some images and pictures and stuff like that, plonk it on the Facebook site and start promoting your castles. So as you see here, we've got our promotions and everything here. We do everything new on here to let the customers know what we've got, especially what's coming up. Now you might say, does Facebook work? You know, for some people it does, for some people it doesn't. I'm not too sure, but for us in our experience, Facebook has been a big major business tool in our operation to get our customers and clients, because as you know, once one person knows and likes your service, they're going to tell somebody else, and it rapidly goes from there, and you'll get recommendations. Now the second big thing is a must in any business, especially this one, is to get yourself a website. Now if you don't know anything about websites and IT and anything like that, okay, you don't have to do that up front, as long as you've got something there to get your business out there. So you can start working on your website. So there's many choices to do out there. You can go for the ones that you build yourself, like you get them from Vistaprint or wherever. There's a lot of companies who do it, and it's a very simple website builder. You can go in there, build your website, and then straight online. There you go. Or if you don't want to get into all that and you're not too savvy with it, you can get companies out there who will build you your website in a very professional manner for a package deal or fee, kind of like this. Right. Now these, if you go to Bouncy Castle Network, okay, and check out their website, they are fantastic for building websites, and they will do everything for you to make it right. As you see down here, there's so many options to get your business out there on a website. Okay, so they got package deals and everything like that. So if you think it's easier just to pay these guys to build your website and get it out there, and yeah, I would say go for it, because these guys are very impressive of what they do. This is just one of them that will build a website there for you. There is plenty others out there, but these guys specialize in the Bouncy Castle business and network, and as you see, you know, they do all types of crazy stuff. So they are the main two things to get your business out there, and advertising. Now other forms of advertising, you know, in this type of world, you don't really have to pay out for a lot of advertising to get your business. Now don't be fooled into these people that ring you up and say, I'm from Google and, you know, I've got a package for you and I'll get you here and I'll get you there. Just be careful with all those, because you'll get a lot of phone calls and a lot of people trying to sell you their products, which sometimes you don't need them. You really don't need to waste all that money just to get your business in there. So, but at the moment, I would stick to those things. Now, the third thing that you will need to do, which is simple, is to print yourself up some flyers, like that. Now, these are very, very powerful tools as well in your business. Get your flyers out there, because every time you go to a booking and a hall booking, sticks them up on the wall and you hand them out to everybody there at the party, and guaranteed you'll probably get 1 or 2 extra bookings from other people at people's parties, and that's where you get a lot of different contacts as well. So get yourself some flyers, design them. The flyers we got here, to be honest, these are very good quality, double-sided glossy. And we got these from Vistaprint, actually, and it didn't cost much. I think it was cost £40 or something like that for about 5,000 of these things. So it's pretty cheap out there, and that's good quality to do that. So get yourself some flyers out there and get yourself advertised, and you're on your way. Let's talk about building your own website and how it all works. Now there's many companies out there to do this. You can go on Vistaprint or anything like that, and you can get these build yourself websites, which are pretty easy to do if you have no knowledge of doing it, because a lot of those websites are a lot of drag and drop pictures and text, and away you go, you've launched your website. Pretty easy. Now how do you get your website on first page of Google? Now there's a few little secrets to do this with Google, because they work on algorithms, you know, from the alphabet as well. So from A to Z it picks up all types of crazy stuff. Now I'm not going to go into everything about that, but how it kind of works, it depends on what you call your company. Now if you, like us, we're called All Star Bouncers, so we've we did that because we wanted an A to be in our title of our company, so all stars and all that. And with that, Google recognizes that with early alphabet numbers, and you're more likely to come up on your first page of your area because you start with the letter A, or 1 2 3, or anything like that, or B or C, anything like that. So if you name your company, say with a W, anything lower in the alphabet, you probably won't come up on the first page of Google because it's the end of the alphabet and you'll be shoved down the line. So do be thoughtful on what you want to call your company. So kind of get it up there in the early alphabets, 1 2 3s and stuff like that, because Google works in funny ways, but anything higher in the alphabet, it picks it up and you're more likely to be there on Google front page. So it is complicated, but even I don't understand a lot of it, but these little bits I do, and this is how we worked out how we got on first page Google. Now, to also get on first page of Google, you will have to do a little bit of extra stuff here. Now, to launch your website, you will need a host. Now, for instance, we've got Heart Internet here. Now, what they do is they launch my website every time I upgrade it. So if I want to change some pictures on my website and then upload it, refresh it all, I've got these guys to do it. Right, you pay them a little bit of a fee every year, which is not very expensive at all, to be honest. You log into there and you upload your website, and then they do the rest, and there it is. It's changed in an instant. If you've got a website that someone else built for you, and you want to change some items and that will take some time because you've got to wait for them to do it and pay them and who knows what, you know. I rather do it myself because I rather it to be instant every time I make a change. So, you know, we've changed that. So, and there's other options too. Now, we also run through Yell.com. I mean, this isn't not necessary, but what Yell.com do is they take my website and they manage it and they make sure it stays on first page of Google. Again, I pay them a little fee every year, whatever it may be, and they help my website stay on first page. I don't know how they work it, but that's what they do. They manage it for me. You don't need that, you know, you can manage it yourself, but I rather pay them to do it because I don't know too much about it myself. So that's kind of in a small little way on how your business can appear and be there in everyone's face on Google, is to go through that type of system to get it there. But hey, if you want to know more in detail on that, just send me some messages and that, and questions and answers, and I can answer your questions and everything like that. So there's a lot to it, but that is the simplistic way that we've learned on how to manage your website and get it going, and that's the main thing of your business. Now, of course, the other powerful advertising tool in any business is word of mouth. So get it out there, tell everybody, and before you know it, it will come back twofold. Once you've done a couple of good bookings and you've impressed the clients, they will tell someone else, and it's human nature to do that, and that's how you will get a lot of your bookings, from word of mouth. So at the end of the day, to wrap this one up, you don't need to spend a lot of money to advertise your business online or anywhere like that. Half of it will come naturally from word of mouth, Google and Facebook. They are the three things that we rely on, and it's worked perfectly for the last 10 years. And we don't have to pay for any more advertising, nothing at all. So again, it's all about keeping your costs low and getting out there and getting the best results for your business. So anyway, that's that episode, and we'll be back next week and talking about some more bits and pieces. And next week we'll be going to one of our main events, so we'll be taking you down there and I'll be showing you all about that, and going on site and showing you how we set things up and how to run an event. So until then, we'll see you next week. Bye for now.